If you had a chance to listen to last Wednesday's podcast, I do an episode on John Dalton. He was a chemist who invented modern atomic theory. And it's really an inspiring story because he saw a challenge that he turned into a success. And what I love about his story is that there are qualities that he had that made him the beloved human that he was. And I'm going to show you these 3 qualities for you this week to give your week momentum. So let's go. His first quality is that he turned a no into irrelevant. Dalton was a Quaker in 18th century England, so he was legally barred from attending Oxford and Cambridge. But instead of seeing that as the end of his story, he kept learning and kept working. He found tutoring from the blind philosopher John Goff and went on to build such an extraordinary reputation that Oxford came to him and awarded him with an honorary doctorate. The doors that were once closed eventually opened, but only after he had already made his mark. So here is your momentum move for this week. If there's a closed door that you have been treating as a stop sign, a certification you don't have, a room you're not in, a title you are missing, a raise you want, ask what you can do around it today instead of waiting for it to open. The credential can come later. The work can start now. What can you do? Write down the one thing you've been putting off because you feel like you're either unqualified or unauthorized to do. For example, if you want a raise, but you know that it's not in the cards because there's budget cuts and you can't seem to get on your boss's radar, write down the smallest version of that thing that you could do without your boss's approval, without anyone's approval, or anyone's idea of what you need to do first before you do the thing you really want to do. If you've been sitting on a pitch for months or even years, send it anyway, even if it's messy. Or if you have a project you've been wanting to start and you're not sure how to start, jump in the deep end. Just do it. Figure it out as you go. That's my favorite way. His second quality, he showed up without an audience. In 1787, Dalton started a weather journal. For the next 57 years of his life, he recorded the weather almost every day with more than 200,000 observations, with his final entry written the day before he died. No one was rewarding his consistency, but that daily habit sharpened his ability to notice what others overlooked. It eventually led him to recognize his own colorblindness and launch groundbreaking research. His discipline didn't just create a record, his persistence created the mind that made the discovery. So, the second momentum move for you this week is to pick one small thing to track or do every single day. Not because it's exciting, but because repetition is the whole mechanism. Momentum doesn't come from the big exciting day of discovery. It comes from those boring days when no one is watching. Consider that your new habit isn't the achievement. Your habit will produce the person you want to be, which is the person capable of the achievement. So try this. Choose something you can do in under 2 minutes. Write down one sentence or one single observation. If you like comedy, an idea for a joke. If you're a photographer, a single tweak to a photo. If you want to contact a friend, a quick text. Then do that at the same point in your day every day for the next 7 days. Of course, if it's a friend, make it a different friend each time. You don't want to get on their nerves. Resist the urge to make things bigger or more impressive. The size isn't the point. The unbroken chain is the point. Dalton's notebook entries weren't insightful on any given day. They became insightful because there were 200,000 of them. Give your own habit the same runway before you judge whether it's working. Finally, his third quality is that he stayed humble on purpose. Even after receiving some of the highest honors a scientist could earn, Dalton remained remarkably humble. He valued people over prestige, beginning nearly every single letter with "respected friend." And when he died, more than 40,000 people came to his funeral, not just to honor the scientist, but to honor the man whose character had impacted so many lives. That said, your third momentum move for this week is to let one win this week go uncelebrated by you publicly. Don't post it on the socials. Don't look for the win or the accolades. Just do the work, share the credit, and check in on someone else's progress instead of only broadcasting your own. Instead, spend that same energy on someone else. Send a note congratulating a colleague. Ask a genuine question about how a friend's project is going. Give credit publicly to someone who helped you. Dalton's reputation wasn't built by chasing recognition. It was built by consistently being the kind of person others wanted to write, "Dear respected friend," back to. That kind of trust compounds quietly, but it compounds. John Dalton initially was locked out of the room and unseen, but he still found a way into the environment he always wanted to be part of. And through it all, he was not interested in the spotlight. Regardless, he still wound up in the spotlight. Not just for his consequential and exceptional work as a scientist, but for his friendship. So, here's your momentum for this week. First, keep going around the closed door. Second, keep showing up when no one else is counting. And 3, let your work speak louder than you do. Thank you for listening to Math, Science, History, and for watching. And until next time, carpe diem, my friends.